the big combos. And to round it out, they bring in the Lapu Lapu as well. So it's a full-on combo dive composition and the Harley doing his own thing.
It's gonna be dangerous for GEEK Fam if I see the draft, if they don't conquer the early game, especially the map control. Cloud will gonna be facing a hard time to scaling his item.
Right.
And when I saw Guinevere, Valentina, and Paquito, especially the last pick for the roamer, if the Guinevere is not the roamer, I think DEWA can play very aggressively during the early game.
That's going to be very interesting. You mentioned the high-lows, definitely a potential as well. And yeah, I mean, this sort of set here, I think this is going to be a make or break pick here. I think if this pick hits for DEWA United, we might actually get to see them securing the first game. The Farsa, though.
It's a flex.
Who is the jungler?
Flex.
Who is the jungler?
It's a Guinevere, no?
Hero?
It's a
MPL Indonesia Season 17 playoff in Jakarta International Velodrome, starting with GEEK Fam versus DEWA United.
Dang, I'm hyped, dude. Welcome to the Atlanta Dawn, folks. DEWA versus GEEK Fam, our first game of the day. This is an elimination match, so whoever loses here, they're cooked. They're gonna have to go back home. Beloyski with an early Atlas, though, Sheffield.
Yeah, first phase Atlas, something that we don't really see very often. Usually it's more of a pocket pick, but starting to, you know, get his picks more as we see other MPLs going about in MY or in BH. Let's see if it's Beloyski can actually capitalize on this hero as we're going to take a look at the emblem by Bayou. Mostly a lot of movement speed boost here from GEEK Fam, so they want to play fast and rotate along with their teammates, Marco.
Yep. Just the signature playstyle of GEEK Fam. They really just want to play it together. Nazara getting a signature pick on his debut. Not on his debut, but on one of his first few matches, he was able to beat Onyx with this Harley pick. And ever since, we actually thought he was a Harley merchant. He finally gets his pick again after it being completely respected for the better part of his regular season.
So yeah, GEEK Fam is still sticking to their strength. You could also say the same with DEWA as well, but I believe you're not really a fan of this, you know, quote-unquote maybe overcooking here from Coach Wright?
I don't know. The Valentina is great because you can steal away the big ult in the Atlas. But it's also kind of like there are a lot of purifiers and there's not a lot of targets you can go for. Even the Lapu Lapu here, he's going to have that CC immunity if he jumps in.
There's a lot of good picks as well from DEWA United though. This Paquito has been a menace in every MPL that we've seen. You could even argue that it might be better than Freya at this point for some teams with the tempo that he brings to the table.
For Pryo. Beloyski goes with a perfect match, tries to zone him in the back. That's going to be a boy with the Crimson Beacon as well. Dolan's going to be zoned away. That's him. Picking him up, thrown back again. Beautifully done by GEEK Fam. DEWA trying to retaliate. Kin walks up, but now gets picked up again into Beloyski. And it's Nazara who secures the neutral objective. The Fatal Links locks the Boxer down. And it's a full win for the Kingslayers.
Yeah, weird flicker by Beloyski here, but he's not taking any chances in the playoffs. But a boy with a clutch knockup 2 times, I believe, securing the kill and also peeling for his teammates. And Marcel was able to use his ultimate to the fullest in that exchange earlier.
What a rotation. We have our talent prediction by Kope.
Hey.
It seems GEEK Fam are winning the majority vote here from me, Sheffin, and Gani. Coleus and Arashi, they were super DEWA, man. I don't know why they were super DEWA.
Yeah. 3-0 as always for me. Copium and Hopium both in each nostrils.
It don't look like Cope, though.
Yeah.
He looks strong coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, the trajectory for these two teams is pretty much the exact opposite. DEWA United, one of the better teams, even one of the strongest teams in the early part of the regular season. They were only behind Onyx for the longest time, but ever since the start of the second part of the season though, but Beloyski might be going for a pickup here. No can do because they're still gold plate.
Yeah. I guess he's just trying to bait out a Purify if it's possible.
Ooh.
But Dolan, this man was one of the biggest reasons as to why DEWA were so strong in the first few weeks with Kin. He was in form, but then all of a sudden, he dropped down in the second half of the regular season, and it seems like it's continued here in the playoffs. That first turtle, he got knocked up very easily. Beloyski again, just hovering over the gold lane, keeping Kenziski safe.
Yeah, just some mental damage there for Beloyski as Nazara with the Genius one. Definitely gonna help his burst potential to the frontliners of DEWA United. Everyone is on the table right now, and avoid get some extra damage with the Shred as well.
It's all safe. Good juke on the Synchro Vision. Kenzi's trying to get the tempo over, maybe. Seems like he wants to go for the rotation straight up. Maybe there's the gold crab. That could work too. Kid, XP crab, even on level against Marcel.
This is gonna be big. We haven't seen any fatal links just yet from both teams. Moeza with the IMU stealing Beloyski's ultimate.
There you go, fatal links into the Violet Requiem. It's a pick off now as Marcel jumps in all alone with the bravest fighter. Oh my lord! Kin goes down like he's nothing through the deadly magic. And DEWA are gonna have to give this despite the first pick of the fight.
Yeah.
Dolan trying desperately to walk up. Moeza goes in for the Terrifier. Boy doing a good job zoning. Crimson Beacon now trying to go for the knockup on Moeza as Nazara walks up with a poker trick, but Dolan is able to get the spatial migration on Marcel. But he's gonna get picked up again. Dolan way too low to contest this neutral objective. Kenziski is now around the turtle and Beloyski is back around it. That's a fatal link to pull Moeza back in, and he's gonna have to take the shots from Kenziski.
Oh man, what a start for GEEK Fam, winning the first 2 objectives, both in kills and also the take. Beloyski though gonna get pounced on.
Yep. It's an all-in onto Beloyski, but he has the perfect match. Now Dolan looking for a possible kill, but GEEK Fam will stay clean with it. They go for the turret up top. Dolan! What was that, brother man? The jitters of the regular season come back to haunt him in the playoffs.
Give that guy a map, because where was he going? Now Marcel, the bot lane though, is still pretty much healthy. He's gonna heal back with his mplpm. GEEK Fam so far, the perfect start. And I gotta say, a boy so far has been doing most of the job for GEEK Fam with the knockups and also the peel as well. And this is so good for GEEK Fam because right now they have the tempo against a Paquito comp.
That's what I'm saying. DEWA looked very off towards the end of the regular season, and it seems like they haven't really fixed that issue. They're still quite terrible in the early game, and it seems like Kin is lost when he doesn't have his signature pick. No Phobius, no Arlet, no play. Moeza zone away with a perfect match. Dolan just desperately trying to farm around, but Nazara on his signature pick is already 2 levels ahead, and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Definitely, and there's also a difference in the perfect match and the fatal links that is going to be brought up by Beloyski versus Moeza. Moeza is rocking a flicker, so he can actually use that fatal links quite proficiently. But if you look at these spells coming in for DEWA United, there's a bit of a lack of greens, Mirko, not much purifies.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, GEEK Fam, they can rock 2 purifies to their damage dealers.
There's layers on top of the Atlas, right? And that's why Beloyski picked it up so early. He was just that confident that he was going to be able to get Marcel on a heavy CC pick. Lapu Lapu has been great at baiting out some of those CC immune skills over from DEWA. And this is something that you just don't do against GEEK Fam. You don't let them get the early game. They're a mid to late game team. They're known to play slow. They're known to play macro. If you give them a lead like this, they will snowball out of control without bounty. So what are DEWA gonna do? A team fighting team getting out macro this early. Neutral objective gonna be free. Moeza picked up into the stun of Marcel. And it's a boy who picks up the killing spree. Perfect turtle for the Kingslayers.
Seems like the Valentina pick has not been working so far for Moeza. Coach right. So far, from the evidence that we're seeing, he is overcooking with this pick. Now Beloyski is going to scout out the situation here very deep into the enemy front lines. And he's not going to get punished too.
Yeah, there's no way. Kin doesn't have enough damage. He's not even tanky enough, so he's like Paquito pre-patch right now.
Yeah, and the worst thing is the damage profile for DEWA United. The only physical damage that they can bring is this Paquito, which is not really that dependable, so Beloyski can go just straight for an Athena shield for his first item.
Moeza, again, he's trying to get a cheeky little engage, has to flicker out from the deadly magic, and that's why Beloyski is gonna try to hunt them down. Has the flicker, but doesn't decide to commit to it, and he's already baited 2 flickers out from DEWA.
Dude, the pseudo pressure that Beloyski brings to the table, even without the fatal links being used. Everyone, and I mean everyone from DEWA United is just going away. Dolan, he's just playing it super safely, and I'm not even blaming him for it.
There's no way they can even do anything right now aside from just defending, right? Moeza, dang, that's a lot of damage. What item is Nazara on right now? He has the Genius Wand, Lightning Truncheon. He's gonna go for that Divine Glaive. That's where he can really start to melt these frontliners down.
Oh man, only 1 kill so far for DEWA United. As we're gonna take a look at the items here, I gotta say I agree with the choice of Dolan here, building the Silence Robe first before the concentrated energy.
there are ways for DEWA to still come back around in this fight. They gotta look for a big combo, but firstly, they gotta deal with those purifies, right?
Oh, man.
It's tough. I know. I agree. But there's a way. I like the choice of War Axe. First for Kin, he knows he's in a tough spot. If he goes for the Hunter Strike build like we see from Mr. Sanford, it will be a very tough game for him. I think he needs to just rush Queen's Wings at this point.
Yeah, because he has to somehow make those outplays, right? And so far, teams are not really that familiar with Pakito's damage. We've seen a lot of solo kills in MPLMY or PH, but now everyone is getting zoned out from the Lord bit as GEEK Fam takes the first Lord with a 0 contest from the Apostles of Gods.
It's so well played. There's no way for DEWA to do anything on the map, not even trade it. That's why they're so happy to give Marcel a spot in the gold, or sorry, spot in the XP lane all alone. Usually you expect a 5-man stack from the defending team when the neutral objective is started by GEEK, but DEWA know that they can't really just gank Marcel. He's going to be able to clear. It's not going to be worth it anyways. Now the Feather Airstrike comes down just to clear out the wave. But there's another wave. And finally, DEWA are able to get their first structure of the game. You heard that right. Fatal Links already faded out from Maloyski. A pickup onto Mueza. Maybe it's the main win condition now. You play for him.
Yeah, but really that inhibitor, not inhibitor, the outer tier turret takes a lot to be sacrificed. Second tier down in the bottom lane for DEWA United as Lord. It's about to crash in the top lane and possibly just getting that second tier turret out of the way. GEEK Fam is getting literally everything that they want. 7K gold lead in 11 minutes. And it seems like the trajectory that we've seen in the regular season is keeping up in the playoffs here.
It's just damage control from DEWA. They're just trying to survive right now. GEEK Fam are trying to just siege everything down, strip them down to just their crystal. Holy Shield up top, taking it out already. Kin doing a good job clearing it out with the Holy Shield in the mid lane as well. Dolan gets caught by the Deadly Magic. He's gonna go down. Marcel goes with the Bravest Fighter. Dolan is down. That's given the Fatal Links down by Muesa to retaliate. Blazing the wet over Mackenzie onto the turret in the air. Able to take a base turret down up top. Far lane down. DEWA defend. Maybe is out. Kenzie is looking desperately for more of a fight, but they've already gotten what they need to get.
Oh my goodness, the Czar still going for the jump here. Kin!
Insanity trying to make things worth it, but he's gonna get picked up and thrown down. At least he gets a kill. But again, GEEK Fam have already gotten the win. They got a base turret in the far lane.
That is way more than they could have asked for. And an extra Sky Piercer stack from a boy. He is 4 of 4 so far. And he is gonna be more lethal as the time goes on. As we got a fact here from GoPay, this marks the return of Valentina Rome in Season 17 after last being used 7-8 days ago by Trion during MPL Indonesia Season 13. That's how long it's been for this pick to be brought out. And actually, DEWA wins against RQ in that time. So, not looking so good right now against GEEK Fam.
Not really, but you can already start to feel the damage, right? GEEK Fam dove in. Yes, they were in a very bad spot, but they want to sacrifice their lives for the base turret, and now it has gotten them free reign over the far lane. It's just pure slow push. They were going to have to deal with it now, on top of the fact that they're going to have to deal with these layers of CC. Yeah. Because again, we mentioned Marcel, we mentioned Maloyski, but even a boy, you can't let him pick you up.
You can see the items, man. DEWA United is hoping for some kind of outplay with the items that Dolan secured a very early Winter Crown, and for a good reason. As long as you can dodge that perfect match, as long as you can dodge the, the second phase of that Deadly Magic damage from Mazara, then you might be able to make an outplay, but definitely odds are against DEWA United as GEEK Fam. They have a good record here in Jakarta International Velodrome. 2 times they were third, but I know for sure that they're not satisfied with that result.
Just a slow build. Item builds again. Oh, Kenzie is on the way to the Rose Gold Meteor.
Oh, I thought maybe Winter Crown would have been better at this point, no? But maybe he wants to play with the shields here as Maloyski. Look at that flicker right away from Octa.
It's very greedy by Octa to go for the flicker, but there you go. Now just a base turret. Marcel is there looking for the play. He goes with Bravest Fighter. Maloyski loses immortality, and that's Baby bursts it down. It's a big fatal lease by Maloyski, and a dive onto Octa as they try desperately to defend, but it's game 1 to GEEK Fam.